Okay, chat. They nerfed an unbanned Winoda, and her nerfed state now only triggers a singleton time regardless of how many non-humans you attack with. This means if we want to try and leverage her, we need to increase the density of big hits that we have. So we have 10 kind of biggish hits here, 4 Huntmaster, 2 Caretaker, 2 Kenrith, and 2 Blade Historian. Because we have a little bit higher density of junk in the trunk, we've got 8 ways to draw and discard cards with these. And then we've got 10 ways here on 2 that generate us an acceleration creature to play Winoda on 3, and then also attack to trigger her right away. And then Bonecrusher Giant is just another utility card that's a non-creature to trigger Winoda and an answer. You know, when in doubt, Eldrain them out. So let's go ahead and pop on into some matches of Magic with this and see how it goes. Can Winoda hang in Historic, or was she nerfed a little too hard? Honestly, Chad, I'm not even sure. Unnerfed Historic or unnerfed Winoda is too good for Historic, so I'm interested to see if this can keep up. Yeah, we have a lot of just like, we're like a pretty okay Naya mid-range deck that just like has a Winoda to occasionally accelerate out into our okay things. Yeah, 4 Fable, 4 Seasoned Pyromancer should do a lot of heavy lifting. Yeah, this hand's great. Yeah, I apologize. I'm very tired this morning. Matt and Steve and I were playing Pokemon Unite Trios until like a little after 1 a.m. And then I like had to edit my videos to get posted on YouTube and do some other stuff for work. So I didn't go to bed until like 2 a.m. Saying extra Unite Trio today. I'm saying I actually can't do that. So I need to be a responsible adult and do other things around the house I've been putting off. Play this story and makes our attack better next turn. Blade Historian's also pretty good into 9 lives specifically if they don't have the combo set up for it right away, because it does a lot of little damage instances. This is a matchup where we're instantly rewarded for having put 4 Skyclave Apparitions in our sideboard. Alright, am I dead yet? I want Skyclave for answering random problem permanents, Tumos. No, I want to be able to take things like Grafdigger's Cage and miscellaneous enchantments like 9 lives and stuff off the board. Trample's cracked here, right? Are they dead? I think that's lethal. This is 10, 18, 22, 24. Oh, You know what's really sad? If I would have had Bonecrusher Giant here, they still would have died. But we unfortunately did not. Hey, Trench, we're gonna be snapping after we finish this deck. I am still enjoying snap as well. Bonecrusher doesn't beat Teferi's protection though, right? Oh, weird. It's not damage prevention. Your life total can't change. What is consistent templating anyways, though, Chip? Please concede. Thank you. Alright, I think we actually board in Elspeth here because our goal is to be able to find the Skyclaves consistently. There's a Caretaker out matchup. I don't think I can trim it any of these when we're racing. Maybe I don't want this. Yeah, I don't want this. I want to be able to kill their 2-drops with this. Hey, Cousin Vin, thanks for the 55 months. Welcome back. Do I want Thalia's? Maybe? I could see Fable out Thalia in. She can be good to slow them before they get rolling. Alright, let's try this. Hey, he just needs to draw a couple of lands. Magic is a skill-based game. Do da, bum 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 ba da dum. Do 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 do. Bum 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 ba da dum. It's fine. Like turn 3 Seasoned Pyromancer, turn 4 Huntmaster. Wait, untapped land for the Huntmaster next turn? Off the Castle Garenbrig? Castle Garenbrig looking real good there. So 9 lives plus Solemnity means I can no longer win the game by attacking. It's kind of a ever-present, constant reminder that playing creatures in this format is probably a fool's errand. I flip Huntmaster to bonk their creatures. Yeah, that's a good call. Yes, Stomp does also beat 9 lives for a turn. I'm gonna hang on to this, because if we draw another Lotus Cobra, we'll be able to make 5 colors of mana to draw 3 cards with the Courier's Briefcase. Holding on to the second Huntmaster in case they sweep the board. Oh, I should have attacked with enough stuff to have lethal there, just in case we drew. We hit this and then had Bonecrusher Giant. That's a mistake. Noted for next turn. Oh. We want to attack with enough for lethal, but not enough that we die to settle the wreckage. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to play Kenrith to draw cards, huh? Oh, Innkeeper lets us draw because of the treasure. Yeah, it totally does. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna make a blue and draw with Kenrith this turn, but... yeah. I should keep attacking for the sake of deck thinning, right? How many Teferi's things do you think they have? That's true. Even if we find a stomp, they could potentially have a bunch of Teferi's things. Teferi's protection. The good news is every land drop from here on out draws 2 cards. Because of Lotus Cobra. He says as he now fails to make land drops. We could also draw all 4 of our Skyclaves, yeah. We're down to 22 cards in our deck. 3 of them are Bonecrusher Giants. I just step on your face, please. Oh, man. They brought in Dovin's veto against my Winoda deck. My timer is sitting there ticking down the entire time those animations are going, by the way. And there's 2 more Bonecrushers and 2 more Skyclaves in my deck, chat. They have 36 cards, we have 21. No, we're decking first, but we should kill them before we deck. Almost assuredly killing them before we deck. Yeah, 4th Solemnity means Skyclave's no longer an out. My body is ready for this to try and use all the blue mana. Alright, well it didn't mess that up at least. We got that going for us. We can't even draw lands, chat. They were even tapped out this turn. That's a good question. No, I can't. Whether wolf or werewolf you control fights a creature you don't control. Because what is consistent templating anyways, chat? Like, I like where your head's at. Sorry, Magic the Gathering doesn't allow you to make clever plays. No clever plays here. Only pain and suffering. Hey, chat, good news. Our next land now draws 3 cards, thanks to Lotus Cobra. Yeah, the question is whether or not they draw more counter spells before we draw our Bonecrushers. We can't really, we don't have consistent blue mana, chat. Forcing them to draw is not really a thing. Yeah, we can stomping our own Skyclave gets around, Teferi's protection. It does not get around... Does not get around Veto. Yeah. Use the castle, sure. It wants to use my blue mana, chat. How do I stop it from using my blue mana? Okay. What fresh hell is this? All right, 11 cards. I would like to stomp this one. Okay, so... Okay, so we're doing it? They lose now? No, Teferi says... Yeah, we need one more Skyclave. Now Skyclave isn't out. Because we can bring a Skyclave back from the bin to get rid of the Solemnities. With the Kenrith. Okay, and that's more mana. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna get a black, a blue, a blue, a blue. We'll go Kenrith. We draw. Kenrith. We draw. I have exactly enough mana to Kenrith draw a card and Kenrith reanimate. Discard 2 cards. Discard the Winodas that don't matter. 6 cards in my deck. One's a Skyclave, one's a Bonecrusher. Wait. Are you dead yet? This only lets wolves attack Chet. I think we might be doing it, Chet. What a well that well that was the first match. All right, pour one out for my boy Kenny. All right, normally I don't restart every match, but I feel like Winoda deserves a little bit of audio as a treat after that game, Chip. I feel like we all deserve some audio as a special treat. Wasted all that time just to lose. That game definitely lasted long enough for my opponent to spend out all 9 lives. Ooh, that's funny too, Precipic. If we hadn't ported out Fable the Mirror Breaker, it would have been really good there. Mask Bot, thanks for the sub gifts. That's super generous. Appreciate it. Math Teacher Gaming, I think I missed your resub during that fury of figuring out what we were doing. Thank you for the 40 months. Is everybody freaking out? Happy Friday. If you miss any of this set or you want to check any of the other decks that we play, they all end up on the YouTube channel after the fact. Usually we play one historic deck and one explorer deck every single day. There's playlists on the front page with everything we've played recently. Anyone who could rub a 9 lives player face in their mess deserves some gifts. God bless. I agree. I took his on the miserable side. Okay. I think Seasoned Pyromancer is actually better than Fable a lot of the time. Against Wellspring, Bonecrusher is probably not very good though either, right? They're probably a Cat Oven deck. I just think it'd be 5-color Niv. Cat Oven or 5-color Niv. This still isn't good either way, so. Oh, they're gates. Bonecrusher also not good against gates. So yeah, send me up. Turn the auto tapper back on. Thank you. Yeah, the Gates deck was really impressive yesterday. If you missed us playing Gates, you'll definitely want to check the YouTube video on that one. We played it for over 2 hours. The gate deck is pretty cheap to build. There's a lot of commons and uncommons. You like only need one Baldur's Gate. I actually think 2 to 3 Ugin might be optimal in that list, Spellslinger. I think that's a fine spot. Yeah, I agree, Precipic. Seems very playable with her current text box. Is 2 life for a counter relevant? That's a good thought. Yeah, I probably should have done that. I agree with that assessment. Okay, so Bonecrusher Giant's real bad here. I'm gonna board in 2 copies of Thalia, and I think a couple of Ceratops is just a haste creature. I guess we could do this for a little bit of grind. Maybe I'd rather have this for a little bit of grind. Could go either way. Definitely Thalia. Yeah, I think we just go wider on Gatebreaker Ram. I guess Skyclave. Those Elspeth slots could be Skyclave. There's like a fine Gatebreaker Ram, get it off the board. Your decks have curves, shit. Well, so Elspeth isn't just a grindy card, right? She jumps things into the air to go over their blockers. So that's why she's nice. She's a flexible card. My Winoda. My. Ooh. Do. We're really bad at hitting our 6/6. That brings friends with it, but it is what it is. Is what it is. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit yet. Okay, so good chance they're dead. Few lethal hits here. That'll do pig. Feels good to punish greed, chat. Feels good to punish greed. Almost all of our hits were lethal there, right? Because we were attacking for 10. Any 2-power thing killed them. So any of our hits, because I shocked in the green source so Kenrith could give +2 and they were at 14. Oh, did I have lethal in hand with Kenrith haste? I might have. Another Winoda wouldn't. It's fair. Yeah, they do play Gates Ablaze, but their Gates Ablaze were too little to kill our Winodas, those games. Like any untapped land next turn, please. Which is every land in our deck except for Jetmir's Garden. Step on this, making the assumption that we're going to draw a land next turn. Also saves us some life. The 6-drop is a lot like drawing a land, to be fair. We didn't draw any of our 2-mana accelerants either. Like, you gotta remember, we're basically a 34 mana source deck. So, like, not having 3 mana sources on 3 is like, pretty exceptionally unlucky, especially considering we were on the draw. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, against aggro, I think we swap Fables for Skyclaves. Is this a Fateful Absence in matchup? It could be. Caretaker is not amazing here. Let's do that. Alright, Chad, I believe. We're gonna hit the land and we're gonna cast the Winoda. I ain't stopping their elf. We're going for the proactive play. Hey, your dad? Thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. You may eat my 1/1. It has served its purpose. How prevalent is the enchantments deck? Not super. I guess if I Fateful Absence, we can attack with the Winoda too. Let's see what we get here. Get a whole lot of nothing. Nothing was good enough, champ. Nothing was good enough. Whole lot of nothing going on. Do 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 be do do be do do. It's Elspeth in the board for mid-range matchup when you want to grind. Other creature decks. Honestly, chat, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but playing with this card today makes me even more mad that Wizards of the Coast hasn't taken the time to nerf and give us back everything else on the flipping ban list. Oko, Uro, Field of the Dead. These are all awesome cards that you could make a little bit worse in a variety of ways. and have them be super reasonable, playable cards still that people would love to be able to play games of Magic with. And they even already did the work, right? Like, we had that Mirror event back before they did anything with it. Like, they're literally in the client already. Just turn them on. Alright, my keep was kind of bad shit. We're gonna get punished for it. We're dead. We're dead here, but that's not me. I don't think you increase Uro's mana cost. You just, like, you make it so it doesn't both draw a card and ramp. You have it say, you may put a land from your hand into play if you don't draw a card. And that's one of a dozen different ways you could change a card to make it reasonable. I think that's a fine way to do it. Make it do slightly less. A little greedy, but, you know. If we hit any land, the castle lets us get to Huntmaster, so I think it's fine to ditch the lands. Crack you for 12 here, your move. They have a sweeper, we get got by this. Just a gone team. We sacked the Blade Historian so we can hit something and kill them, right? It's a shame we didn't find a land for this. That's lethal. Bing. That's funny, Beetle. Hopefully it worked out for them. What happened to the game sounds? Isn't that the $1 million question? Okay, so Bonecrusher was fine there, but I think he's our cut. We'll board in 2 Thalias and 2 Elspeth Resplendents. Arena has game sounds? Don't be greedy, chat. We just had an entire match with audio on. These damn entitled millennials wanting audio in every single match that they play. Kids these days. Back in my day, we had to make my own sound effects with our mouths when we played Magic Arena. You wanted a dragon to roar, you went roar. And you hoped for the best. This feels like they have a spot removal spell. I'm gonna attack them for 1 and pass. Because I would rather use my treasure to ramp into one of these rather than play Winoda into a spot removal spell. Have any haste creatures, right? Oh. Love a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Thank you for asking. Next patch puts a $50 bundle in the store, enables game sounds for 16 games. God bless. They killed the Treasure Maker and not the Elspeth. Oh, gosh. Okay, well. Could have gone better. Trading 1-for-1 with their Doom Foretold is like not the worst. You know what is the worst though? Lands. Lands are definitely the worst. Alright, game 3 on the play. Should we have some creature lands? The colors in our mana base don't really work for creature lands. And also, we have 4 cycling lands. Like I'm only on 24 lands, and 4 of them cycle. And I have 8 cards in my deck that draw discard. I think the mana base is fine. Don't make knee-jerk changes to your deck just because you got unlucky. I know that's Twitch chat's favorite pastime, but it's fine. I promise. I'm keeping the land tier and getting some 1/1s. Yeah, rewarded. We would love some Copperline Gorges and Razor Bridge Thickets. That would be great. I am blinded by the light, shit. Feels Magic the Gathering, man. Seal Away in their Doom Foretold deck is pretty bad, huh? Why is Kaya in their deck against me? Just for Seasoned Pyromancer? Play an untapped land tier, because if they suit the board, I want to have 5 mana up to exile Seasoned Pyromancer from the bin. Probably done at this point. Solidly flooded out. A couple of key sweepers from them. Low agency game, but it's just how it be. Like, end step, had a spot removal spell, untap, played a sweeper hypercritical. Like, not out of the realm of possibilities for their sequencing. Okay. Going on, howdy how. So the 2.5 years, welcome back. So check and see if Fall Guys ever fixed their Switch version. I wanted to play it with the kids the other day, and it was messed up, and you couldn't party up with people that you knew. Their interface was screwed up. The boys had wanted to play that. We're super disappointed when we couldn't play together. I also think Fall Guys is the first time I've ever tagged a company on social media with a question with an issue and actually gotten 0 response, which didn't really inspire confidence in their product. I don't know if it was a problem happening on every Switch device, but there are definitely a bunch of threads of other people where the button you need to press to join to group up with people just literally isn't there on the interface. So it definitely wasn't a me problem. Or it wasn't just a me problem. There are 3 Switches at my house. Two get used pretty consistently. We were using all 3 consistently when I was playing Pokemon Unite on the Switch, but I mostly play Pokemon Unite on BlueStacks these days. A little bit of trample, please, and a 1/1 counter here in case they have Languish next turn. Soon to be 5. Nah, I think I'll be good with 3 for a while. I will say, playing this honest deck full of things attacking has been a good reminder that there's a lot of people in this format that just like are playing greedy piles of do nothing. It does feel relatively nice to just like beep beep run them over. Just like bye-bye. Mana, no Winoda. This is fine. Guess I'll keep that extra Fable just in case they have a Thoughtseize. Yeah, getting one busted thing per turn is still pretty good, turns out. A lot of the really early Winota turns, you were only getting like 1, maybe 2 triggers most games anyway, so it's not that different than like what the deck was doing before the change. Okay, we're definitely the bad guy here. Not quite sure what our opponent is doing, but we are definitely the villain of this story. Yeah, we are definitely setting up BlueStacks Magic Arena for Monday to give that a try. So tired of the audio just not working. What are the odds the patch next week doesn't fix this issue? Is there a number greater than 100%? These two. Protection from blue means this gets to attack right past their prodigy here as well. Driving in my Ceratops, beep beep. Hope no one wrecks into me. If it's over 100%, they not only won't fix the audio bug, but they'll introduce another different bug related to audio. Yeah, that would be the true Magic Arena way. So what would it? So half the game boards will cut the audio out, and then the other half of the game boards, they'll regress back to the bug where it blares the sound blisteringly loud regardless of what your settings are. Anybody remember that one on the Amenkep board for a while? All right. So I have 10, 15, and they're effectively at 17. I think we just ship it, right? Let's do it. Well, I'll get to trade and draw a couple of cards here, but they'll be low enough that for live draws. I think I boarded my Bonecrushers out because we didn't see the Quandrix Prodigy in game one. We have another Shifting Ceratops in the deck. Yeah, let me just use the view sideboard option, huh? Oh wait, that's my starting sideboard. See, chat, we had one Shifting Ceratops in the deck. Magic's a hard game. Just draw what you need. Big brain intellectual experience. Those of you taking notes, how we skillfully outplayed our opponent there. Shifting Ceratops like, put me in, coach. Sweepers be damned. You impressed me with how much Magic you can play. I'm more impressed with past Jeff, honestly, right? I had through like 4 or 5 hours of Magic a day. I used to do like 9 hours a day every day. That was way too much. And I had pretty solidly get through 4 or 5 these days. Ooblins. That's a Winoda. Land. 6 drop, okay. We're so good. We're so good at drawing a 6 drop, we're ready to draw land yet. Their Prosperous Innkeeper doesn't even gain them life, chat. What garbage is that? We had a couple of 24-hour streams back in the day. I'd rather attack with Innkeeper than Cobra here. I think the double strike Dorko is nice. Means they have to double block this if they want it to live. That's true. Playing Magic Online is actually a lot less taxing than Magic Arena because the games are a lot slower. Infinite. Time to rant and ramble. I assume since they errata'd Winoda to only trigger once, they've also errata'd Muxus to only get one goblin out of their top 6 cards, right? That's only fair's fair. This is just gonna get a single goblin here. Is the game bugged? They got 3. What am I missing, chat? Surely this card was also not okay if Winoda was not okay. Yeah, theirs cost 6 mana. That's why they have 2 lands in play when they cast it, right? What a just Ranson fucking joke. Oh, Wizards. Wizards and poorly managing formats. Name a more iconic duo. Avabruck Caretaker has left a bit to be desired. This card should probably just be like a Blade Historian and a Kenrith. We'll make that swap after this. Winoda's gameplay was unhealthy because it was a removal check. Muxus doesn't offer that counterplay, so it's fine. That's actually just true. That's just the cold hard facts. Winoda is a removal check, but Muxus isn't because removal doesn't help against Muxus. Good God, what? Oh, man, it's funny because it hurts. Oh. Oh. Clear out the Chieftain, play a tapped land, crack him for 4. I think their fair game plan's probably a little bit scarier than ours. Krenko's a heck of a payoff. What's their black splash? Usually Thoughtseize and Munitions Expert. Is it worth pushing 4 points of damage to skip playing Fable this turn? I think the answer is no. I would rather play Fable. That's close, though. There's a War Chief. There's a Matron. There's the Sling Gang. Not dead yet. Hey, let me resync that for you, Sterek, so you can get back in. Appreciate the prime. Definitely binning Lotus Cobra. Is it crazy to bin Huntmaster too? I feel like it's not. I'd like a Winoda or the Double Strike Dorko. Alright, Stomp's not terrible. Let's give Haste Trample, which makes their sacking a lot less potent. Justin Ivins, thanks for the almost 3 years. Welcome back. Appreciate the prime. Wouldn't be able to be here without you folks. Thanks for keeping me around. I didn't do the math on this attack yet. It's up to them to figure it out. Counting. It's not for us. Do 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 do. We're gonna smack you with the trample. Do 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 be do do do. Do 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 do. Are they dead? This is 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Looks like they've chosen to die. Declined to understand how trample works. For trample, running you down. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Ba 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 da da da. For those of you at home, even if you block and then sacrifice, because these have trample, they just deal the full blunt of their damage to your face. And the opponent is taking a very large crack here. There is a less than 0% chance Magic Arena's eye would work correctly if it had it. Yeah, we have 15 trample, and then I have 2 more in my hand, right? Sure, they needed a block with their 2/2s though. If they would have, so they were effectively going to -4 here. These could have put them to 0, and then this could have put them to 1. So they could have blocked to not be dead on board, and they could have blocked to a point to not be dead to stomp. Obviously, I don't think they should play around the stomp they don't know about, but they should definitely block to not be dead on board. Well, so the Cat Oven deck was never super popular on the ladder, Kenix, which I think is part of why it took them so long to nerf it, just because it's so tedious. Like, it sucked when you queued into it, but it was never super popular because of the time it took to play. But it was almost always super prevalent and obnoxious and overbearing in the tournament settings. But yeah, it's basically gone from low to non-existent with the nerf that it got. That's true. I would expect the eye on Magic Arena to work as well as the audio interface or the sideboard interface. They're experts at interfaces, you could say, Chip. Maybe I'm supposed to board in Skyclave Apparition in this matchup for tagging things like Script Prospector. Start with the basics before we get to tough stuff like audio. It really makes you wonder what's going on with their Unity backend. Because, like, it's not like they're writing their own engine from scratch, right? I had fun playing Echo Zillion during yesterday's segment, but unfortunately the numbers just aren't very good for Runeterra, so I don't think it's something we'll be revisiting again outside of sponsored opportunities. To give context, the Runeterra segment afterwards on YouTube got about half the amount of views as the Marvel Snap video did, or one of my Magic videos. Just not a lot of organic interest in that game. All right, is there a turn 3 Muxus? Survey says the Unite videos do well. They do not. They do about the same or a little bit worse than Runeterra, but Unite's an easier game to keep up with casually, and I play with my wife and like my buddies like Matt offline, so making content for it is like relatively easy. There's a reason I don't do a ton of Unite on stream anymore either, but the highlights videos channel is like easy to find 7 good matches a week to highlight because I'm playing anyways. I'm glad our opponent waited 60 seconds so they could finally cast their thing that kills me. That was nice of them. Thanks. Good chat. Solid use of our life there. That's true too. Unite has provided a steady stream of extra income from keeping up on it, as I've been a part of their broadcast for their championship series. Runeterra didn't really have any opportunities like that. They had me on for one of their seasonal tournaments, and they went with people like Swim and Mogwai for the rest of them. So it wasn't a good opportunity to focus on that type of stuff there. Yeah, both Jake and Declan play Unite off and on. Fishies. One more shot at a Winoda on curve. Even if we brick, we could play Seasoned Pyromancer next turn. We should try some Merfolk. That's a deck I haven't tried. I haven't tried post nerfs. I'll put that on my... Has anybody in chat played Merfolk recently? And have a deck list, or should I start from scratch? If any subs have played Merfolk in recent memory, hit me up in the Discord. Yeah, hopefully we'll have Mutavault next week. Actually, that's a good call. Maybe we'll wait on Merfolk to see if we get Mutavault in one of the anthologies. No, I'm not doing a third Magic deck today. We're gonna play this one for another half hour or so, and then we're gonna play some Snap to wrap up. Now, noteworthy that multiple Blade Historians do not stack. So playing the extra one out here doesn't do anything for us. This is where the magic happens, shit. This is where the magic happens. They do have to throw some blocks out here. Oh, yeah, I guess they only have to block the one. That's fine. This gives us 3 blockers, right? Hey, late night dad. Thanks for the prime. There's a ton of great people you can send that to every month. Thanks for sending it this way. Am I familiar with downtown Chicago? I mean, I've visited downtown Chicago several times growing up, but not in a long time. I lived in Bloomington for a decade now. Christy and I moved here when I was 19, so gosh, that's 12 years. Okay, another lord is lethal here, right? Hey, thanks, Late Night. Appreciate it. Yeah. Solid game. We needed any hit off of Winoda on that second attack to force a block out of them, and unfortunately we just didn't have it. So Fable out, Skyclave in. Oh, I was gonna cut Caretaker for these. I guess we'll just trim it and bring in the Fateful Absence down, but these should be, these have been really miserable, and both of these cards have been good. It's felt fine. Our deck as set up seems good to... Our deck is less good at racing other unfair decks, but still appropriately fine at grinding out aggro and mid-range and control. That's how I would summarize our experience so far today. So, like, we got trashed by goblins because Muxus is just a better linear deck than we are, but we felt good, reasonable into a lot of other things. I'm a big fan of mid-sized town living. I don't think I'd ever live in another city that's not about the size of the one that, like, I don't know that my wife and I'll stay in Bloomington actually forever, but the if we ever do decide to move, it'll be to another similarly sized metropolitan area. Just like some amount of stuff to do, but also like I don't need Chicago or New York grade traffic nonsense. And guard turn 3 is probably going to be better than whatever their turn 3 is. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever move to like a small town. Like people aren't familiar with me. Like I talk about how my backyard is literally a cornfield, but like my town has 100,000 people in it. Or a nice little mid-size area. Even with the housing market that exploded, like houses in my area that are 3,000 square feet were like still under 400 grand, and things are starting to cool here now, like everywhere else. So I imagine they'll come back down a bit. We have okay public transportation. If you lived in like one of the uptown or downtown areas, they call them here, it's probably fine. It's a little bit sketchier further on the outskirts. I figure if Florida reelects DeSantis in the fall, though, we should just pull a full Looney Tunes and just saw them off the side of the continent and let them float off on their own. Yes, we have two decent sized universities here, Illinois State and Illinois Wesleyan. And that doesn't hurt me is welcome. And then we got to decide, do we want a Skyclave next turn or do we want a Winoda? If I Skyclave, I don't have to shock myself, which is nice. Drinking their board sounds reasonable. This could go either way. I think I'm gonna Skyclave here. Our winters are very comparable to Ohio, for sure. We're not in Tornado Alley though, which is the one thing you gotta watch for in parts of the Midwest. If you're considering moving places, don't move to a place that has a bunch of tornadoes. Good. Oh, I guess I block here and then I leave this to attack with Winoda. Really want a Seasoned Pyromancer, or ideally a Huntmaster here. It's perfect. So their Toski obviously gets to block the 6/6, but he comes with 2/2s, which is what we're really looking for. Looking for blockers here. Electric Company could easily be lethal here. Nice Magic the Gathering card. I'm sure our Winoda is going to miss next turn now that I laughed at that, but lol. I'll attack with the 6/6. I want to apply pressure, but I'm going to leave the 2/2 back. Am I? I've got these. I'm gonna get aggressive here. Yeah, super rewarded. I think with the Innkeeper, the Huntmaster is better than... The Huntmaster is better than the Kenrith there, but it's close. I'll play Lotus Cobra out to gain another 1 and get another blocker. I think we're mostly in the clear at this point. We'll see. Maybe a crazy company could do something for them, but we're at 10 and have a bunch of blockers here. I mean, I guess we just do this and then they're dead on the backswing, right? Easy game, chat. Easy game. I think I can, like, solidly stamp exceeds expectations on this deck list. This is definitely something we will do again in this format at some point in the not too distant future. I think my one takeaway is these caretakers were bad and both Blade Historian and Kenrith are good. I can even see, because this is legendary, maybe you just play the full 4 Blade Historians. Getting to play both Fable of the Mirrorbreaker and Seasoned Pyromancer as 3 mana card selection, card advantage engines feels really, really reasonable. Our deck, obviously, with Winoda only getting 1 trigger per turn, is a little bit less explosive, so we're a little bit worse at racing other combo decks like Goblins, but with these 2 cards, just the card advantage her and these others provided, we felt really pretty reasonable into other creature, mid-range, and control decks. So if you like Winoda and you have these cards crafted for other things, it seems like a fine thing to be poking at in Historic moving forward.